Closing is always easy when you're in Cardone U. We role play with Grant Cardone's team. They know just what to do. They're always there to support us. We couldn't ask for more. On our way in the right direction, we found what we're looking for. In FLC, in FLC. Closing is better with appointment setters. You'd better believe we're not a team but a family. We work together in harmony. We are devoted, on that you can quote me, in FLC.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the FLC Hangout where your freedom lifestyle begins. Today we are joined by the one, the only, the legend who is in the FLC community, Vivian! Yeah, give it up. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so excited. Obviously, we've seen you in the family. We've seen you on DCA. We've seen you in the Facebook group. We've spoken to you before, but I'm excited to actually get to know you more and what you're doing and let everyone else know what you're up to as well. Super excited. Before we get into it, make sure you are following us all on Instagram. They are here, wherever I decide to put them on the screen. And without further ado, Misty, over to you.
Thank you, Josie. Hey guys, we're so happy you guys came back to watch another episode and to meet an amazing person we are having on today. You know, like Josie said, we see you everywhere and I love it. Be omnipresent. That's fantastic. I love it. I love it. Every time I open up Facebook or Instagram, there you are. And it's amazing. I think you're doing absolutely incredible. So we know you from, like Josie said, from the trainings, from FLC, and we get to see you and everything. But our viewers may not know who you are and what you do. Would you mind kind of giving us an introduction of who you are and what you're doing and where you're planning on taking all of that?
Yeah, first and foremost, thank you so much for having me here. Thank you, Josie. Thank you, Misty. Love being a part of the family, and it's just been such a game changer being part of FLC. You guys inspire me so much, and I think that's probably one of the key things of giving me the direction of what I want to do carrying forward. I was working for a family business, and I was looking after the sales and marketing department for the business. I just came to a point where I was putting a lot of effort into the family, and I realized I was not achieving much, and it wasn't giving me much of a sense of purpose, and was feeling a bit empty. It was very busy, and actually losing my health with that whole lifestyle. Didn't know. Ask the question, why? Why would I be? What am I doing here? Would it make a difference in 10 years if I continue doing this? And I think it was a coincidence when I decided to. I think I don't know if you guys I met Master Xue Kashima at an accidental event in Hong Kong, and I had no idea. It was just I decided to move to Hong Kong 3 years ago to try and figure it all out, and then I was like, oh, who's this guy? Oh, he can speak Chinese. That's really awesome. And so I decided to go to this event, and that unfolded everything. Really made me started connecting with my spiritual side and understanding actually what gives me passion and drive is helping people. I didn't realize this. It was like until after a year in Hong Kong, I came to realize my grandma passed away before I moved out of Australia, and I was sort of like the sole carer for them, my grandparents, and both passed away. And so I was thinking, looking after them actually gave me a lot of joy, but I realized there was a lot of issues with elderly, so I decided to help them. And I thought, technology, everyone has technology to even order Uber, taxis, buy houses, look after babies, buy clothes, but why not helping people that is in need, like elderlies, aging population? So I decided to create an app and try to help the aging population. And that was my startup. And that actually allowed me to realize helping people was my passion. I actually felt really good, and I felt like that was my sense of purpose. But in that industry, it's actually really hard to get people to understand it's not just about charity. You can actually make money while helping people. That was actually what I was telling the investors that I was pitching to. And then I met Shavaria at this challenge and changed my world. The blood boiling. And I was like, that's it. I need to have her. she's my mentor.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. Yeah, and we're happy you're here. We're happy that you found him, you found Shavaria, because you came through the boot camp, right? One of the yeah. So that's a lovely little journey you took. And that's really, first of all, thank you for doing that kind of work, because I know Misty, I know as well, has worked in care. I've worked in care a little bit as well, a couple of years ago. So I think we all have an idea of how needed this kind of thing is in that space. So first of all, thank you. And you're so right that that kind of space or that kind of work a lot of the time can seem like charity, right? And it's not like an actual business, but like something you do on the side that's like charity. So I think reframing people's mind that no, this is like, these are people that need help, and this can actually like be something big rather than just, oh, donate to this thing and help here and there. No, you're actually helping these people, which is amazing. Can I ask what's the app? Like, what is it? What is it?
It's got over, and basically I was just trying to originally the idea was to get elderlies to places, because I think a lot of the old people don't want to tell people they don't feel well, because they don't want to sit on cars and go to see doctors. And in Hong Kong, even just getting medicine, like your normal medicine, like diabetic medicine, you actually have to go and see a doctor to get the repeat medication.
Oh wow.
And I remember I took my grandma to see the doctors, and she would freak out. She was like, "Oh my God!" And then I would actually have to hold a bag so she could. She had motion sickness, and so I'll carry her. But then they don't have the back muscles, so they started sliding down every single time the car started braking. So I knew that I wasn't the only one experiencing this. A lot of people was as well. So I was like, the first idea was getting from A to B. So wherever they are, just it's almost like an Uber but for old people, elderly people. And then I realized, and then COVID hit. And no drivers wanted to drive, and no one was allowed to see the elderly in the aged care centers. And I think that was my first roadblock. That was getting them out was a very big problem. So I started diversifying the service to try and engage with doctors. So I was talking to different doctors to say, can you please go to their house instead? Even if you have to pay a premium, at least then you can actually give them prescriptions and give them the medicine while you see them at their house, so they no longer need to have the fear of going somewhere just to try and be healthy. So I think that was one pivot that I took, and then so it's like a booking app. Now it's turning into a booking.
Wow, that's really cool. And that makes so much more sense, right?
Yeah, I was sitting here thinking, because I've been a caregiver here in the US since 2016. So a lot of what you're talking about, I totally understand. We do have some similar programs here, but I wanted to know, well, first of all, I think it's amazing that you created this app. And I think it's amazing that you're like, okay, these other people, other countries may not have, we don't have this, we don't have that. We need to take care of these people and make sure that they're safe and they're okay and they're healthy and taken care of. So I guess, first of all, is the app is up and running already, right? We put it in the description so people can get go on that and maybe get that help that they're looking for, or be able to help, maybe even invest, or look in how can I help expand in this, and how can I help contribute in some way, because that would be amazing. And then I forgot the other thing, so we'll just come back to it.
Yeah, that's a good question. What's it called? What's the app called?
It's called Loba, Loba. So it was supposed to be like a translation from the Chinese word of like a old help.
Oh,
But yeah, and then it turned out to be Loba.
nice, nice. That
Yeah.
we'll get that link from you as well after this
Thank you.
recording and put that in. So anyone watching, if you yourself or you know someone that knows someone that knows someone or you know someone, anyone, then check out the description. Or reach out to Vivian. Her Instagram is there too. So go ahead.
I have another person who is coming into, she's trying to come into FLC as well. And she is in Canada and she's looking to create a whole system as far as like safe house and safe home and stuff like technology to help take care of the elderly and all that stuff. So I'm going to get you guys in contact with each other. Maybe you guys can collab on something amazing because she's done all this research and all this stuff, and she's taking care of her elderly grandparents as well. And so I'm going to get you guys in contact with each other because you both are kind of in the same, doing the same things. And I think it'd be amazing if you guys, I mean, if something came out of that. So I'm going to get you guys in contact with each other. Another thing, I have so much I want to say and I can't remember any of it. I'm sorry. It's going to have to wait.
It'll come back to you.
Yeah, I got fog brain, so it's just
Okay, Misty. Here we have Misty pulling a Misty.
yes. Wish I could have somebody blow in one ear and the fog come out the other side. But yes,
No,
this is a Misty. We pull the Misty quite often.
no, it's good. You're not well, so absolutely don't be sorry. Sorry is not allowed here. Something I wanted to say, yeah, exactly. You also mentioned that you are working on the light worker side as well by like sharing your knowledge, helping other people, which is absolutely amazing as well. I really like that you take what Javaria says to a whole nother level. Like you can make money by helping people. As long as you can help people, you can make money. And that's what you're doing, like with the app and with this side as well. And obviously you have lots of experience. I mean, you helped your grandparents, you had the marketing and sales part of the other things you did. So is this something that you have like a course around, or is that something that you also post about, or yeah, what can people find from through that?
Absolutely. I think my when I got in touch with the FLC and also the Barrier, the whole community, it actually gave me an epiphany. Actually, building an app, and that was probably my embark on journey, knowing that I wanted to help people. So that was where my passion lies. But building the app requires a lot of investment, a lot of funding, and because of the mindset where people think helping aging community is just charity. So, getting the investment funding is slow. Um, and that's why when like Jamaria said, you can make money while helping people and by knowledge, sharing your chaos can help people. I was like, right bulb moment. Oh yeah, you don't have to have a lot of capital. You don't always have to only look at one thing one way in order to prove that you are supporting people and helping people. And maybe that was my journey, is to take the sales and marketing component that I've learned in the career profession way and combine it together with the passion and share knowledge. Then I can actually continue doing it both ways. Continue building the app, but also help people through knowledge so that I can still be fulfilled. Yeah.
That's so powerful. It's also really I find it really nice that you're also like going through FLC and learning more about sales and more about marketing and more about business, which is what is helping you to do your business, but also what you're helping other people with. And it's all like one big circle. That's
Can I,
amazing.
like when I thought I was in sales and marketing throughout my professional, but as soon as I jumped onto the first lesson of FLC, I was like, I know nothing. Because that sales and marketing is nothing compared to what you guys have been teaching us and talking to us about. So I was just like, wow, I have to put down all that ego aside because that is just one little small portion of what marketing and sales is. So I'm blown.
Wow. No, thank you for saying that. I was actually going to ask you, does it differ? Like how does this differ? But you answered that for me. That's amazing. What you said is a really powerful point, putting aside the ego, because we experience it a lot. And I know anyone like you probably as well, or anyone watching or listening that is in business will experience it a lot, that people sometimes shy away from needing your help or shy away from actually letting you help them because they think they know it all. They think that no, I've done this for years. Like, I know how to do this. I know how to do this, or I've heard this before. But if you just lower that ego, like you said that really beautifully, and let people help you, you're going to get to a whole new level. Misty and I talk about this a lot, that with the training we do as a team from our mentors, because all mentors should have mentors, we do most of that training that we do multiple times. Like we'll go back and do it like 4 times a year, the same training 3 times a year. And just because we've done it before does not mean it doesn't help. You understand it on such a deeper level. I was talking to someone else from the community as well, Thomas Jenkins. If you're watching, woohoo! And he was saying, because the more
Not at the bottom of Messenger anymore, Thomas.
yeah. He was saying, the more you level up, you become a new person, and then you understand things on this level, and then that will cause you to level up, and then you understand things on this level. But the first time watching or going through experiences, you're this person, which is fine, but you understand it on this level. So I think that's a really powerful point and something we preach a lot. It doesn't matter how long you've been doing something, how much you think you know about something, because I think I know a thing or two about sales. And then I watch these people that we have as mentors. I'm like, oh, I know nothing about sales. So that was a really, really good point. I love that.
I have a couple of things that, sorry, go ahead.
No. Oh, yeah, go, Misty.
Okay. Well, because I'm still stuck on the whole health age thing. 3 things that I wanted to say. First and foremost, because I am a caregiver and I've done it for so long, you have to put yourself and your boundaries and your self-care first. Always do that. Okay? Because even though we're givers, if we give too much and we allow leeway with our boundaries, it will hurt us physically. And I know you had said something about that, and I really worry about that because I'm facing that. And then people take advantage of you, and you don't want that. So set your boundaries. By setting those boundaries, you are caring not only for yourself, but for the other person as well. So besides that, you had mentioned you had talked to a bunch of doctors. Maybe the doctors could go out to the person's house, make house calls, which I think is absolutely fantastic. But here in the US, I don't know about other countries, but here in the US, doctors will not make house calls. We have a program set up where the nurses, an RN, a registered nurse, will go to the house and do the medications and everything else and the checkups. And then we also have a program here where if the person can't drive or they're elderly or something and they need transportation, we have what's called a MedTrans, and they will go pick them up and take them. And they're usually their insurance or somebody will pay for it, but they will help transport them from one place to the other in a safe manner. So those could be something to think about too. But I do think, crap, it's gone again. Because I was going to touch on what you guys were just talking about. The training. Yeah. So, like you said, letting go of the ego. A lot of people won't let go of that ego, and I think that's their blockage. And like Josie was saying, we go through the same training all the time. A lot of times we go through it, and you're always going to pick up something new. And then you may even go through the same training, and you're like, I'm hearing this all the time, maybe hear it from somebody different and pick it up and find something new. I know I'm
Yeah.
a little behind on the conversation, but there's my 2 cents.
No, you're all good. Yeah, you're all good. I find it, I just had a memory when you were saying that our coach, so we meet with a coach every week who assigns us these things to go through. And we'll be talking about whatever we studied that week, and it'll be like the fourth time we went through it. And there's still times where someone else, like Seb, will be sharing what he got from it. And I'm like, he said that? It just goes to show that like you don't pick up everything on the first time. So that's what I was laughing at as you were speaking. It's so true. Like just learn as much as you can. More people need this mindset. Learn like yeah, go ahead.
When I listen, one thing that I really enjoy is the little snippets of you guys practicing learning. And that's actually inspiration for me because when I watch those snippets of like, I can't afford it, how to handle those objections, it actually reminds me, it's like, yeah, I've actually had a lot of these sales and marketing calls beforehand, but actually you don't realize all the mistakes that I would actually say, and I would think it's normal, and I would still think that I've mastered it, but no. So it's been really humbling experience for me, but at the same time, I feel like it's also a self-healing journey to
Yeah.
be able to
Mhm.
get to that. So I really appreciate those practice.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
glad. Thank you for saying that.
We say a lot here in FLC. FLC is about business. It's about teaching people business and how to scale it or launch it or whatever. Everything you need to know about business, we teach you. But it is much more than just business. It's a journey, it's a life change, it's a change in mindset. So I have a question for you. You had mentioned in the group chat that you are also doing light work. Have you thought of, or are you bringing that into the other aspects of like the elderly and stuff like that as well? Are you intertwining those, or is it just I asked that because I have a client who says he wants to be positive and everything else, and I'm like giving him, okay, this is what we can do. And I've told him, I can't force you to do this. All I can do is this is what I can recommend, and I can help hold you accountable, but this is on you. He completely doesn't do it, and he makes up all these excuses. So that's why I'm kind of like, how do you go for it?
And I love being active in the community because I think your all the energy that you guys have really helps push me and makes me go like, yeah, we can do this. Definitely it gives me extra energy and motivates me. I really I'm really excited to that I'm embarking on my work. And I genuinely feel that I've found my sort of purpose for my existence actually. So you're right. This is not just a business or sales and marketing learning. It's a self journey, and it's also a spiritual and life purpose course for me. And I really want to not only talk about, I want to talk about everyone. Anyone who needs help should get help, and whether it comes in the form of a service or whether it comes in the form of knowledge, I do want to be able to offer whatever I can. So I am starting to come up with the whole light worker life coaching support, and I am building the funnel, and I am starting my visibility. So doing my YouTube, and I've promised Rajesh that I will also post live every single day. So and Shushmita has been amazing, helping me out with personal branding, and I will do whatever it takes to help in every single way that I can, that I the knowledge I have inside me, because it's my duty, right? Now that I know.
Exactly. Oh, powerful. So good. This is so good. And it really, I know we're touching on a few subjects here, like the helping the elderly, the light worker, the sales, but it all intertwines because, like you both rightly said, it's life. It's not just business, life. It's all one. And how do I say, I'm thinking how to get this from here to here with it making sense. Because with sales and talking to people and what you're doing with helping people, it all intertwines, like we said. And it's so true that the more you learn about sales, and I feel like as soon as we say the word sales, people think, oh, like you sell something, oh, slimy, like, oh, saleswoman, whatever, salesman. But it's a way of communication and it's a way of life. Like we say it all the time, if you're not being sold, no, if you're not selling, you're being sold, whatever you're doing, anything. And that could be as easy as you want to go see this movie, they want to go see this movie. Who is better at selling their idea? This is selling too. And that's what people don't realize. So I think the more you learn about this skill, like speaking to you, but also anyone watching and listening, the more that you can actually help other people in their life. And it's so funny because if I heard myself say this before I joined the core family two-ish years ago now, but learning the skill of sales is so much more than learning the skill of sales. I've learned so many life lessons, so many things that I can share with other people now through learning sales, whether that's because I know how to effectively speak to people now, or sales isn't easy. Like there's times when I don't want to do it. And that is the same. I'm sure you get this as well, like with business or anything. But you learn how to overcome that. And I think that translates into all areas of life. So what I'm trying to say, I know I went like this to get to my point, but what I'm trying to say, and I'm really passionate about this because I don't recognize myself 2 years ago now. And I can honestly say it's through learning sales and it's through these experiences and life lessons that I've learned myself or from the team that have helped me through, that it's so important and you need it basically. So whether you need help in sales or whether you need just generally help in life, like this is for you. And reach out to Vivian if you do feel like you need help in any area of life. I'm sure she'll be happy to talk it through with you and help you. So yeah, I'm very passionate about this subject, that sales is more than sales. It's a way of life. So I love that you guys are bringing up this. So thank you.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And one thing that to add on to that was that changed my whole perception. Likewise, I think 2 years ago, when I talk about an idea or something about helping people, a lot of outsiders would probably laugh at the idea and go, oh, you're crazy, just dreaming, don't say these things or whatever. And I'll actually take it on board because of the ego component and the mindset of what sales is so taboo and so negative. But after coming through here and sort of re-understanding what actually saves me, sales is serving and it's actually helping. If you really truly believe you're helping someone, then who cares what people say? Continue at it and be consistent, persistent, and that really changed my view of how to take on feedback. I shouldn't take it like I shouldn't be so impacted by not wanting to do the work. Should just continue.
Yeah, absolutely. And can I quickly say something to you as well? And I know this might help anyone else watching or listening. I recently have also had a message like this, like an old friend reach out to me and say, actually about the videos I've been posting with like the practicing of the sales that you were just talking about, that it's manipulative, that sales is like this manipulating people into giving money. And at first that was like, oh, like ouch. First of all, you don't know what we do, you don't know us, like all these thoughts went in my head. I really wanted to defend Chabaria, defend the team because it felt like an attack. And then I took a breath. I realized they actually don't know. And this is the same for anyone. The people that are saying this to you, they don't know. They don't know any better. They hear sales and they think slimy, like you're stealing money from people. But in the way we do it, it's no, you can help these people. So it's your duty to help them realize and to push them. If it requires a push, then it requires a push. And something that this was literally like a couple of days ago or a week ago. And I was talking to Seb about it as well. And bless him. If you're watching, Seb, lots of love. Owe lots of my life lessons to this guy. He said, like, yes, it sucks. But again, like they don't know any better. They really do believe it is manipulative, whatever the word is. And he also said it does stop. It gets to a point, which I didn't think this was true. I thought it would carry on. He said it does stop. The more consistent you are, the more people see that you're actually going for it, the more people will see that you actually don't care what people say and you're living this life and you're actually helping people. It gets to a point where it suddenly stops and people stop saying these things and it turns into more of a admiration than what are you doing? So hope that helps you and also anyone else who is struggling, because it is very real. You go into sales, people are going to tell you that you're a bad person, and that's okay. It comes from love. It comes from a place of love most of the time, not all the time. What is the biggest, how do I word this question? What's the biggest lesson, this is for both of you as well, that you guys have learned either like through business or through sales or through speaking to people? Let's say in 2023, what's the biggest lesson you learned that you want to take into 2024? Open mic.
I think
It's a
for
deep
me,
question.
yeah, I think for me, it's that my dreams and everything is so much closer than what I think it is. And I keep making it too difficult. And it's all it takes is a little bit more action on my part. And it's right there. Cause like you said, cause like, was it Chabaria? And you keep reminding me, remind everybody anyway, is, and like what Cardone says is when you take the action and you decide, the success is instant. It comes right in. So I think that's the biggest lesson. And I'm like, that's with, I was telling Chabaria, I feel horrible right now because I'm sick and I haven't been able to do anything for a week, around a week, a little over a week. And it's like I have so many plans and I want to get my goals met early this year. And I feel like I'm being put on hold and I don't like that. However, that's not going to stop me. As soon as I can, I'm on this and I'm done messing around. I'm not playing the same game I did last year. Not that I was deliberately playing a game, but I'm not repeating the same thing from last year. And I want to say, Viv, I love you. I am so glad that there's somebody else out there that gets what FLC is and takes it to heart and uses it and implements it. Your success is like right there. I mean, we can all see it. And I just want to say, I love you. I thank God you're here, because how many people do we see come into FLC and they're like, at the beginning, they're all gung ho and ready and they're really liking everything. And then all of a sudden it doesn't come in quick enough for them. And they're like, I give up and doesn't work. And then they back out. And it's like, that's because you chose to quit. That's not because it doesn't work. But I love that you get it. I love that you get it and you're playing full out on that. And I thank you for that, because that not only keeps you motivated and keeps you going, it does with us too, because it's not just us teaching you, it's you teaching us. And I love it. I love every minute of it.
I love you guys. I really do.
Aw,
And I think that rolls on to my lesson of 2023 that I want to take into 2024 is in order to help others, you got to help yourself. But if you don't take the action to help yourself, you will never get anywhere. And that's definitely something was a big change in 2023 was coming from a entrepreneurial family. It was always a big taboo to ask for help because it means you're weak. And so it was a very thing where it's like you're not allowed to cry, you're not allowed to do anything, you should find your own solutions, don't come and ask me, don't shame me type of like attitude. And then it was coming to 2023 when this I was like, you're right, everyone should have a mentor. Why didn't we think, like, why is it such a taboo to get help? That's just silly. Why reinvent the wheel for when there are these shortcuts that people experience and live. And if they've got the blueprint there, just follow it. Don't second guess it, because if you knew, you would have been successful already. You wouldn't be lingering being. So that was
I love that. That's so true. Like if you knew it all already, then why aren't you that millionaire already? That's really, really a good point. As well, quickly touching on Misty's point, as because I feel like I've also had a little bit of a slow start to the year as well, being not so well, and it can feel very like, oh my God, I'm a failure. Like new year, yeah, let's go, new me. And then you don't do as much as you wanted to for the first like 2 weeks. And I think that leads on to my learning is that it's okay to refresh, restart, go again. You are not going to wake up every day, every week, every month and have a good whatever that is, day, month, week, year. You might have a bad day, not a bad day, as Seb would say, a character building day. It's okay to shake it off. That happened. It's fine. Move on. Tomorrow's a new day. Next week is a new week. I used to be, hold my hand up, very prone to letting a bad day ruin the rest of my week. If it was a bad Wednesday, oh, the week is ruined now. I'll start again next week. So it's okay to restart, gather yourself, let yourself go through that. Don't be too hard on yourself as well. And that's okay. So yeah, I love both of what you just said. I think both of what you said is my learnings. Not to copy you or anything, but it really is.
Now you're gonna pull a Nakashiti.
Yeah.
My learning is your learning.
We have a little joke in the team because we just like how we tell you guys to always share your wins on DCA. We come onto our morning meetings and we have to share a win. And Akshiti in our team is always, my win is Chavaria's win. My win is Misty's win. So it's so funny. Yeah.
It's awesome. Well, guys, we are coming to that time when it's time to wrap up. So I know time flies when you're having fun. So I just, before I have you guys give whatever ending advice or comments you'd like to make, I'd like to kind of add on to what you said, Josie, when you were talking about if you're having a character building day, you just got to keep going. The consistency and the discipline is what gets you to your success. And like Grant Cardone says, never give up and never quit. I suggest people write that down, make it in your face, put it on your bathroom mirror, put it on sticky notes someplace in the house, put it on your goal, whatever. Get it in your face, because when you go through daily life, we have so many different obstacles and things that kind of knock us down. And when you have those positive affirmations and stuff in your face, and you just quickly glance over it, it gives you that little bit of boost that you need to keep going. So never quit, never give up. You're on the right path. You just have to keep going. Success is right there. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to let you guys give your kind of comments or something you'd like to say to other people as we wrap up here.
Oh, any last words of forever hold your peace? I think for me, exactly what you just said. It's the consistency that you need. And I know we say this quite a lot on the Hangout that it's discipline over motivation, but I don't think you can ever hear that enough because I hear it all the time and I still forget. That your success, your growth isn't going to look like this. And I love this topic because it really ties into everything we've spoken about today as well. Your success isn't going to look like this. It's going to look like maybe this, maybe who knows, like this. Who knows? I can't tell you what it's going to look like either. But it won't look like that. I'll tell you that. So what's important is that you just keep going. The only way you can fail is if you quit. I don't care if you've had a bad day for 30 days in a row. You haven't failed yet. You are on the edge of huge growth if you just keep going. So the only way you can fail is if you throw in the towel, quit, say I'm good, no more, refuse to do anything. So just keep going and hope that this conversation helped you guys. And thank you so much, Viv, for being here and sharing your wisdom. And I'll pass the mic over to you.
Well, I was gonna just copy actually and say that, you know, my wisdom is the same as Lucy and Josie. Like, honestly, you guys summed it up beautifully. I would say is just always remember the purpose, what you're doing and why you're doing it, and it doesn't matter if the time doesn't seem like you're getting there fast or getting on track, because as long as you have that purpose and you keep moving forward, it's still worth it. It's not about the outcome, it's the journey.
Wow. Beautiful.
Absolutely. And like we keep saying, you know, Grant Cardone says, and we've mentioned on here before, the multimillionaires don't get rich based off of motivation. Nobody gets rich or successful off of motivation. It's the discipline. And like, I think it's Master Shri Krishna that says that just before when you're ready to quit, is just before it's ready to come in. So just keep going, keep doing it. And with that being said, guys, we thank you so much for being here on this episode, for watching in, tuning in. We so appreciate every one of you guys. Keep learning. Stay tuned. If you like this episode, like, comment, share, help us get the podcast out to as many people as possible, because we want to help as many people as possible reach their freedom lifestyles. And this is where it begins, because everybody deserves to be free. And we're not just talking about having money and being rich. We're talking about what the freedom that the money will give you, that allows you to have. So everybody deserves that. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much. We'll be back next week with another episode, and welcome to the family where once you're family in FLC, you're family for life. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.